Hello guys, this is Starbreaker22 and today I'm going to be showing you my Scareclaw deck profile. This is amazing deck where all the Scareclaw monsters have an effect that they can be special summoned to an adjacent zone that another Scareclaw monster is in. So let's start off. First off, I play 3 copies of Scareclaw Reinhardt. He has an amazing effect that when he's normal special summoned, you get to add a Scareclaw spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. Unfortunately, you cannot add the field spell with this card because it doesn't say Scareclaw. And then if you have 3 or more defense position monsters on the field when you summon him, you can draw a card, which is a great effect. Next, we have 3 copies of Scareclaw Astra. His unique effect is that while you have a Scareclaw monster, which will be your Tryhard in your extra monster zone, that your Tryhard can attack up to the number of Scareclaw monsters you have in defense position. This is great for finishing off your opponent or going for the OTK. Next, you have Scareclaw Balloon. His unique effect is that while Tryhard's in the extra monster zone, he can, your Tryhard will be able to do piercing damage. Next up is 3 copies of Acro. He has the unique effect where if Tryhard's in the extra monster zone, it gains 300 attack. Tryhard gains 300 attack for each defense position monster you control. So it's not limited to Scarecrows in the sense, as well as the effects are stackable. Then I play 1 copy of Starfrost, as I only own 1 copy. I would love to own 2, but he has an effect that if this card is in your hand, you target 1 monster you control with a different type and attribute, destroy that monster, and if you do special summon this card. Then if Vice Starfrost destroys a monster in the battle phase, you can make him gain attack equal to half the original attack of the monster that he destroyed. Next, I play 3 copies of Parallel Exceed so that you can go into your Baguska with him, because that will be a nice thing, as well as I also run a Tornado Dragon. Next up will be cards that I think will be beneficial to this deck, such as 1 copy of Psychic Wielder and 1 copy of Tracker. They can special summon themselves when there's a level 3 monster on the field, and most of your Scarecrows besides Reinhardt are level 3s, so they are easy to bring out and flood your field with them. Next, there's I play 3 copies of Ghost Ogre, as I only own 2 copies of Ash and I'm letting a friend borrow it for the moment, and 2 copies of Effect Veiler. These really help stop your plays, stop your opponent's plays, and make it that you can go for the kill. So that's it for the monsters. Next up, it is the spells. So I play 1 copy of Call by the Grave to try and stop my opponent's hand traps. I play 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army, as Reinhardt is a warrior monster, so that allows me to search him out and extend my plays even more. I play 1 copy of Monster Reborn, just to help get up a nice big ass Tryhard. And then I play 3 copies of Scareclaw Arrival. 2 is actually better, but I just put this 3 in as I don't have 3 copies of this field spell as of yet. But with Arrival, it's basically the Monster Reborn of this deck, where you can bring back a Scareclaw or Vice Starfrost. And then if your Scareclaw monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this from the graveyard instead. Then I play 2 copies of Primitive Planet Brachphobia. This is an amazing field spell, as that when it's activated, you can add a Scareclaw monster or Vice Starfrost from your deck to your hand, and then your opponent's monsters loses 100 attack and defense equal to the number of defense position monsters on the field. Now it looks like it's a little, but you can see that the reduction can get quite big fast. And then if there are 3 or more defense position monsters on the field, you can target a card and destroy it. I play 1 copy of Terraforming, as we know, to search out my Brachphobia. And lastly, 3 copies of Emergency Teleport. This allows me to not only get out my Psychic Tracker and Wielder, but it also allows me to get out my Ghost Ogre, which we all know is Psychic. So as you can see there, Ghost Ogre is psychic, and so you can get into the field, and Ghost Ogre is not only a hand trap, but its effect can take place on the field as well. And that's it for my spells. And lastly, let's go over to my traps. So for the trap cards, I play 1 copy of Scareclaw Splash, as this has an effect that you target a Vice Starfrost or Scareclaw monster you control. It can attack while in defense position, and then you can apply its attack or defense, whichever is higher, for that battle. And then when an effect would destroy a Scareclaw monster in your extra monster zone, you can banish this from the graveyard to negate that effect. I play Scareclaw Alternative, just 1 copy, as it requires you to turbo 3 more Scareclaw monsters, and then your opponent can only special summon in defense position, blocking them out from link summoning completely. I then play 3 copies of Gorgon's Eye, as this is an amazing card for this deck that negates the effects of monsters in defense position for the turn. And lastly, I play a copy of Gravedigger's Trapple, as just a way to stop some plays of my opponents and deal some nice effect damage. Next up is my extra deck. For the extra deck, I play 3 copies of Scareclaw Tryhard. 2 copies should be more than enough, but as I don't own a lot of cards at the moment to make this extra deck nice, I've just been using this extra one as filler. Salaman Great Almirage, I played 1 copy of him. He's just also a filler for now till the Power of Elements come out with a new Scareclaw support. But he does seem that all of your Scareclaw monsters, besides Rykard, have 0 attack. It's easy to link off into him. I then play a Nightmare package, 1 Cerberus, 1 Phoenix, and 1 Unicorn. And for some extra plays, I play IP Masquerina, Apollosa, and Bottle End. So for my XYZs, I play 2 copies of Gossip Shadow, 1 Baguska, 1 Tornado Dragon, and lastly, as a card that I feel that I can just keep in here so long while I'm trying to get more synchros, Trishula, just to help banish some stuff from your opponent's field. That's it for my deck, guys. I must say this is an amazing deck to play. It's incredibly fun, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it.